Alright, Icarus here with Act 4 for Gauntlet on the Marauder. Specifically at this point, we're really just doing the Wave of Conviction Marauder. If you're doing something else by this point, you veered off. So Act 4 has two major threats in it. One is Piety, and the other is Doedry. Both of them hit very hard for Fizz. Piety has just a single melee hit that's quite hard. It's one of the few things where it's actually a melee hit that's dangerous. I don't really know exactly how hard it hits relative to what I had because she didn't hit me during the fight, but I did make sure I went in quite well defended, almost 2,500 health at the time I had, and a substantial amount of armor. I have determination. I'll just go to my hideout so you can actually see the numbers. But like I had a decent amount of armor and health, so I'm pretty sure that would be enough even in the big boy gauntlet, as opposed to this gauntlet. And then the other one is Doedry. Doedry is a little bit scary. I had a character I talked about before in an earlier gauntlet where I went in with 2,100 health and full fortify stacks, and she one-shot me. I was just like, whoa, okay. So she can definitely hit hard if she crits. And this gauntlet's probably going to be almost like 50% more damage than that would be. Maybe even closer to 60% more damage when you consider that it's Fizz, and Fizz hits worse, hits you harder the bigger the shot is because the armor helps less. So what I did with her is I continued to use the little decoy totem, and I put multiple totems on it, so she was never trying to hit me the entire fight. So what I go here, then just keep hitting her, whatever, as she's beating this up. Just do that, and since you have multiple totems, summoning one doesn't lower the other, so she just never even switched on to aggroing me, and I just kept hitting her, and the fight was over relatively soon because our damage is pretty good. Speaking of the equipment, I got that +1 I showed you, got the +1 here. Tooltip DPS, 61, that's with Naganu's on, it'll go down. Yeah, 3,600. So nothing amazing, but pretty decent considering, we have just some scuffed magic gear. The +1 level is by far the most important mod for damage. So even though these are literally eye level 3 items, they're still quite decent. The upgrades will just be to have, well, just a higher level thing that's, on a rare and has +1 to spell skill gems. And then there will be some good crafting later for prefix. I don't think I have it yet. No. I'll need to look up exactly where that comes in, but there will be one on a prefix for fire and chance to ignite that's relatively cheap and a strong craft, so we'll add that when we can. Right now I just have some random suffix. Physical and fire both will scale our damage, as long as it's global physical, that is. As its wave of conviction starts as fizz and then is converted to fire. We haven't needed to convert all of it yet. It just doesn't make much of a difference. I will eventually when I have more to fire modifiers. It'll be worth it to take Avatar of Fire. That's definitely in the game plan. As it is right now, the only specifically elemental damage thing I have is Holy Dominion, and it's not enough for it to matter. But it will be soon, and I'll want to take the Avatar of Fire then and convert the last of it. But as it is now, we're doing okay. The only damage nodes I have are just Retribution here. We're pathing to this, we just haven't gotten there yet. And yep, that's it. Oh, and here, because physical damage scales. So on the 4 link, I just have Wave of Conviction, Cruelty, Combustion, added fire, so physical is extra fire. But this isn't supposed to just be a Wave of Conviction video. I'm trying to think what all happens in Act 4, if anything I should tell you about that I didn't. Act 4 is where you get multiple totem support. So just as you're doing the quest, it'll be one of the quest rewards that you can get. And so just take that, put it on your decoy, and that way you can make sure Doedry isn't paying too much attention to you. The other ones don't matter too much. Malachi isn't a big deal at all. Anything dangerous? Oh, a Vol, make sure you're not in the slam range. The slam is obviously a lot bigger with the Gauntlet mods on. He hits relatively hard. My mechanics are pretty clean this run. I don't think anyone major or important hit me at all, to be honest. But do look out for Vol. He's got a big slam. Because we have so much armor, and I do recommend, getting lots of armor, mostly because of Doedry and Piety. You're not even really going to notice the King of Blades too much, Duresso. The Calmary is slightly more annoying than the Duresso one, I think, because they all have fire resistance, so it just takes slightly longer to kill everything, but it shouldn't be too bad. And yeah, that's Act 4. I think I'm going to be done for a little while, but hopefully within the next couple days I'll put out the rest of the acts and make sure I point out any potentially difficult parts. But yeah, the keys to Act 4 are getting past Piety and Doedry, especially Doedry. Doedry, you do not want to get hit by her with those shotgunning fizz projectiles. They're going to be very rough. So, yep, I will catch you in the next one. Ike's out.